I'm 26, my best friend is 23, and I think she's in love with my husband, who's also 26. What am I supposed to do now? My husband and I have been together since we were kids. We only got married last year. We have a 6-month-old daughter. She's the light of our lives, especially because both of us grew up in broken homes, and we swore we'd give our child something better. My best friend came into our lives a bit later. She lived next door, we started hanging out. She still lives with her parents and studies for her bachelor's degree. At first, she didn't like my husband, said he was clingy and getting in the way of our friendship. But in front of me, she was always polite, because he was my boyfriend. For context, my husband has bipolar 2, autism, and PTSD, so he has a hard time reading social cues. I love him exactly as he is. The three of us got really close. We drink together, go to the movies, hang out around town. My husband made time for date nights with just me, but we also spent a lot of time with her. Last year, I found out I was pregnant, already almost 9 weeks along. At the time, I was working fast food and started feeling really sick. That changed everything. I began preparing for motherhood. We got married a month and a half later, and my friends started seeing me less and less. Right now, I'm a full-time student training to become a paralegal, and I stay home with the baby. My schedule is packed. One day, my husband gets a message from my friend. She's upset and wants to talk. I say no, but he calls her anyway. 2 minutes later, he says, "Sandra," not her real name, "we need to go get Carla. Her dad's yelling at her again." I was angry. We just put the baby to bed and started a movie, but we go. She ends up spending the night at our place. Later that night, while I was putting the baby down again, Carla asked if she can sleep in our bed. I said no. I have claustrophobia from childhood trauma, but my husband said okay. We all went to bed together. In the morning, Carla went home. Her dad apologized, and I told my husband how I felt. I said it was completely inappropriate and crossed every boundary I had. Since then, every time she has a fight with her dad, she calls my husband. She vents to him. One time when his parents were visiting, his mom overheard one of their conversations and asked me if I was okay with it. I told her, no. But when I bring it up, he just defends her. Says she's going through a hard time. Important detail, my husband's mother was cheated on. She hates cheaters. When she heard his excuses, she said it reminded her of his father. She demanded to speak to him privately. They argued, and eventually my husband apologized to me. Later I asked him, if I invited another man into our bed, would that be okay with you? He hesitated. That's different, he mumbled. That's when his stepdad, Mark, said, no, it's not. She's uncomfortable. That's all that matters. Stop making excuses. My husband really respects Mark. He raised him. After that, he apologized again and promised to change. I kissed him, and I thought it was over. But of course, it was just the beginning. Now Carla calls him 3 to 8 times a day, says she's bored, says she has no one else to talk to. One night I snapped, you drop everything the moment she calls. I feel like a stranger in my own marriage. He said, you're being too sensitive. She's just lonely. That night, I slept on the couch. I think she's trying to take up all his time. They talk for hours, she complains. He comforts her. It's like she's his girlfriend, and it's already affecting our marriage. What do I do? How should I respond? Author's note. Number 1, thank you for all the advice. I'm going to talk to him, but only with his mom present. Otherwise, he won't actually hear me. Update coming soon. Author's note number 2, we talked. His parents couldn't make it, but he promised to be honest. I called Carla. She said she'd be free to talk on Friday and has something to tell me. Author's note number 3, Carla texted this morning. She can talk tonight instead. She wants to meet in private. We'll see. Author's note number 4, I need time. We're getting a divorce. Thank you all for your support. I'll update later. To be honest, the signs were there from the very beginning. The whole situation is just awful because no other woman should ever be in the bed of a married couple. This isn't just some silly misunderstanding. This is a massive boundary violation. And the fact that it was allowed to happen so easily already says a lot. But what do you think? Pause the video, leave your thoughts in the comments below. And now, let's get into the first update. Here we go. Update number 1. This part is heavy. Everything that's happening, it's hell. I honestly don't know if I'll be okay anytime soon. Right now, I'm living with my child at my friend Tanya's place. James and I are getting divorced. Carla is no longer my friend, and even in our shared social circle, no one sees her as part of the group anymore. The betrayal was too deep. And just like many of you guessed, yes, James and Carla are in a relationship. It started about 3 months ago, and they got physically intimate about a month ago. They were planning to run away together as soon as James filed for divorce. All this time, he kept saying he was just supporting her emotionally, a lie to cover his tracks. But the worst part? Carla admitted that James was planning to pressure me into giving up my parental rights so she could adopt my baby. The reason? Because of my old BPD diagnosis. James believed that made me unfit to be a mother, and he was sure the court would agree. Carla handed me 2 folders of paperwork, and then she left. I was in shock. I'm already talking to a lawyer as I write this. Carla claims she was just trying to do the right thing and confess everything. But no, this was just her pathetic attempt to ease her guilt. I'm not giving up my child. I called James. I screamed at him. He stayed silent while I cried and begged him to explain what I did wrong. Some context, I had serious complications during childbirth. I lost a lot of blood, needed 2 transfusions, and the recovery was long and painful. Doctors banned all physical activity for 3 months, including sex. James didn't like that. He got angry that all the attention was on doctors and healing and not on intimacy. Later, they discovered leftover placenta fragments. I had to undergo a procedure. Doctors told me if I ever get pregnant again, it could kill me, so I had my tubes tied. James always dreamed of having 2 more kids, and I think that's when everything started to fall apart. I married a monster. We were together since we were 15. I thought I knew him. He seemed caring, loving, but he wasn't. Now I'm broken. I'm not even sure I'll keep updating. Maybe after the divorce. Right now, I'm just trying to survive. There will be no co-parenting. I'm fighting for full custody with only supervised visits for him. And Carla, she's never seeing my child again. I'm asking the court to put that in writing. Author's note number 1, I texted his mom and Mark. They're furious. They offered to pay for the lawyer because I'm a stay-at-home mom and a student. They kicked James out. He's now living in the old house where I'm with Carla. He told me I can come by and get my things. No drama. Said he'll stay in touch about the divorce. Comments. Fragilis spectunquery. Why are you the one who left? He's the asshole. He should have left. OOP, it's his house, inherited from his uncle. He let me stay out of kindness. His parents didn't know the full story, but now that they do, everything's ruined. I don't know if they'll ever speak to him again. Miss Joey, 78, he seriously wants to use your BPD in court. When he has bipolar type 2, autism, and PTSD, what a complete idiot. OOP, I never said he was smart. He has the money, the house. I have nothing. I just hope his parents let me stay. I don't want to live with Tanya forever. West Adhesiveness, 555. Be careful with his parents. Help is great, but they're still his family. Have a backup plan. OOP. I don't have anyone else. My family disowned me. No one's coming to help. Update number 2. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. I spoke to the lawyer, and he agreed to take my case at a reduced rate. My former in-laws, James's parents, are helping pay for him. Yes, they're supporting me against their own son. Right now, I'm filing for a protection order, and I have everything I need. Threatening messages from both Carla and James, clear evidence of blackmail. They literally texted me what they were planning. I'm using all of this in the divorce as proof of emotional abuse. James keeps pressuring me to give up my parental rights so he and Carla can start fresh together and run away. But that's never going to happen. My daughter is my whole life. She's the only chance I have to be a mother, something I've dreamed about for years. I will never give her up. I finally received my full medical report. I've completely recovered from childbirth, but the doctors confirmed another pregnancy could kill me. I can't have more children. This Friday is the divorce hearing. We're going through mediation, so I won't have to speak to James directly. My lawyer is firm, direct, and confident, and I love that about him. My in-laws have completely cut ties with James. He insulted them. Even though they gave me shelter and support, they're furious about what he's done, and they treat me like their own daughter. They're the ones paying for my lawyer because I have no job, no income, and I'm juggling school and childcare. I've now been placed in therapy 3 sessions per week, and I was officially diagnosed with DID, dissociative identity disorder. It came out during a session when I dissociated completely. My therapist and psychiatrist had suspected it for a while, but it was just confirmed. James doesn't know, and I have no intention of telling him, but my mother-in-law knows, and she supports me fully with her whole heart. She's my rock right now. Author's note number 2. To the Reddit haters. Some of you said I left too quickly, like things weren't that serious. Here's my answer. I barely had anything with me. I just came back to grab my daughter's essentials, and I left. James and Carla, they went on vacation to the one place I've always dreamed of visiting. My friend, and the one I stayed with before moving in with my in-laws, sent me a photo. They wanted me to see they were enjoying it. It was meant to hurt. About my daughter. She's struggling. She misses her dad. She's fussy, emotional, cries easily. And me, I'm heartbroken. Every single day, it feels like my heart is splitting in two. That's all for now. The next update will be after Friday's court hearing. Update number 3. Finally, some good news. My daughter is officially safe with me. My lawyer did an amazing job. My ex just wants this divorce over with as fast as possible. First off, I got full custody. James only gets supervised visitation. When the judge saw the threats and blackmail, including the part where James tried to pressure me into giving up my parental rights, he lost it. He tore into both James and Carla, said their behavior was disgusting, and that they were lucky I wasn't pressing charges for extortion. Because of everything, the judge denied any shared custody. He said he was genuinely afraid they might try to run away with my child. Oh, and the restraining order? Approved. My mother-in-law was there with me in court. She even volunteered to be the official supervisor during James's visitations, until the divorce is final. If James or Carla tries to contact me, unless it's about our daughter, they go straight to jail. James is now required to pay child support. He was furious, but the court didn't care. After the hearing, James said something that broke me. If I can't get custody, I'm signing away my rights. I don't want to be tied to you anymore. He's willing to give up on his own daughter, just to cut all ties with me. Later, Carla messaged me. She told me she's infertile. She had a medical issue in her teens. She wanted a child more than anything, and that's why she tried to erase me, to play happy family with my daughter. And then she asked me, "Are you happy now, ruining our family?" I just stared at the screen. She destroyed my family. I wanted to hit her. Because of her, my daughter might lose her father forever. And honestly, that hurts so much. That's all for now. Next update will be after the divorce is finalized. Thank you for reading. Update number 4, March 26th, 2024. This one's hard. The court hearing was Friday, but I waited a few days to collect myself. This morning, Carla called me in tears, even though the restraining order is still in place. James tried to take his own life. She found him just in time. He had overdosed on medication. He's in the hospital now. Doctors aren't sure how long he'll stay, but I really hope he pulls through. Despite everything he's done, he's still the father of my child. I'm not pressing charges against Carla for breaking the no-contact order. In this situation, it felt understandable. James is stable now. They're transferring him to a long-term care facility for treatment. And honestly, I almost feel sorry for her, even though she caused all of this. Right now, I need to focus on urgent things. Caring for my baby, managing appointments, just staying afloat. I don't know when I'll be able to post another update, but thank you for being here. Broken heart. Update number 5, Carla's been arrested. I didn't think I'd be posting another update so soon. It's been 2 weeks since my ex-husband ended up in the hospital after his suicide attempt. Since then, we paused the divorce process until he's discharged. I've just been trying to spend more time with my daughter and my in-laws, who've truly become a support system for me. Life was starting to feel a little more stable. I'm still adjusting to my DID diagnosis, dissociative identity disorder, and honestly, the past few days have been a blur. Heavy pain meds have really messed with my head, but I know you've all been waiting for the next chapter in this saga. Here it is. Carla's been arrested. She's facing charges for violating a restraining order, aggravated assault, attempted kidnapping, and a whole list of other things. What happened? Yesterday, I was out in the city, just doing errands. I decided to grab lunch at my favorite little Italian place, the one James and I used to go to. I placed my order, sat down, and then Carla storms in, like the whole place belongs to her. She rushes over to my table, completely unhinged, screaming nonsense. Before I could even process what was happening, she attacked me. I won't get into the graphic details, but she broke my nose and my arm fractured my eye socket, punctured one of my lungs. When she realized what she'd done, she panicked and tried to grab my baby's stroller and run. I was barely conscious at that point, just trying not to pass out. Luckily, someone saw what was happening and stopped her before she could get away. I woke up in the hospital. There was police, my in-laws were holding my daughter, and they filled me in on what happened. Carla's in jail now, waiting for her hearing. Because of how severe my injuries are, the police filed the charges on their own. I didn't even have to. Not that I was planning to forgive her anyway. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. I know it sounds like a bad movie script, but this is my actual life. I'll post another update after Carla's court date. Thank you all so much for the love and support. Update number 6. Carla denied bail. Carla is still in jail, and now she's actually facing prison time. As for me, I was just discharged from the hospital yesterday. A quick update about my ex-husband. He's responding well to treatment, and he's set to be discharged on Monday. My mother-in-law has been keeping me updated. He's stable. And yes, many of you were right. Carla took advantage of one of his manic episodes. He'd stopped taking his meds, and that's when she seduced him. Now he's broken things off with her, and through his mom, he sent a message saying he wants me back. He wants to be my husband again. According to my mother-in-law, that's exactly why Carla snapped. She couldn't handle being rejected. But let me be absolutely clear. He cheated on me, threatened me, and our daughter refused to take his meds. I'm still divorcing him. That hasn't changed, but I might reconsider the terms of his supervised visitation, not because I want to, but because my lawyer says it's a smart strategy. He's still our daughter's father, and if he proves his stability, the court might revise the custody terms anyway. So better to agree to something small now, under my control through my mother-in-law, than risk losing control altogether. Oh, and I got a job. They called the day before I was discharged. This feels like a chance to finally start over. Thank you to everyone who supported me. Carla's still behind bars and even her family can't bail her out. I hope she finally faces real consequences. Author's note, some of you have criticized me for agreeing to more visitation. But here's the truth. He can take me to court and fight for custody anyway. If I agree now, I stay in control. It also makes me look better in court than if I fight everything. I'm just so tired. I don't have the energy to keep battling. The important thing is, Carla is gone. She's in jail. The threat is over. Update number 7. James is out of the hospital. James has been discharged. He's living alone now in the old house. He's a wreck. He's lost everything. His mom and stepdad have basically cut him off, except for helping with supervised visits. One thing that surprised me, my mother-in-law told me that if I ever remarry and ask for it, James is willing to sign away his parental rights. He still hopes we'll reconcile, but he knows I'm never going back. He's not fighting for custody, not asking for extra visits. He's just paying child support and wants the divorce finalized quickly. He knows how deeply he broke this family. A bit of personal background. When I was just a baby, my mom cheated on my dad and walked out. She left me behind. I've hated cheating ever since. To me, it's a line you never cross. James knew that, and still, he betrayed me. Right now, I'm preparing for a meeting with my lawyer this Friday. We'll go over final custody terms and divorce proceedings. My in-laws are helping me find an apartment, and I'm beyond grateful. Thank you, everyone. This will be my last update, at least until the divorce is finalized, which should take around 3 months. See you then. Well, this story has come to an end. Unfortunately, there haven't been any new updates from the original poster. The last one was back in April 2024, and since then, it's been radio silence. So what can we say? This whole thing reads like a movie script. Maybe it's real, maybe it's fiction. Honestly, that's not the most important part. What matters is the journey this woman went through. A life on the edge. A fight for her child, for herself, for something close to normal. And all we can really do is wish her peace, strength, and happiness. But what about you? Do you think this really happened? Or is it just a beautifully written Reddit drama? Leave your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.